To procreate or not procreate? I'm not asking, I'm just saying this is a question.
Right.
That it's not a pickup line.
OK, right.
This is a question that is facing Aussies. It took Sam a while. Facing a lot of Aussies of a certain age, and while our current baby recession might have you thinking the choice comes down to something called like babynomics and the cost of living squeeze, there's actually a lot more to it than that. Have a look.
It can be expensive to have kids.
Our pollies get it. Children cost a lot.
I can't imagine affording a child in this economy.
And we've all heard the numbers. Australia's fertility rate has dropped down to just 1.6, well below the 2.1 needed to maintain population. The drop being most keenly felt in our biggest, most expensive cities. Since 2019, Sydney's birth rate has plummeted 8.6%, and Melbourne's close behind with a 7.3% fall. So you'd be forgiven for thinking it's all about the cost of baby having. But
People make their own decisions for their own reasons.
I still want to like travel and that sort of thing, still want to live our lives.
a whirlwind of, do I have one? Then if you make the leap, do I have another?
It's ridiculous. I can't even keep up with the things I need, you know, let alone having to worry about one or two or more kids.
Enter Merle Bombardieri, the baby decision coach.
Hi, I'm Merle.
The social worker and psychotherapist has been helping couples make the parent choice since 1981 when she published a book called, yep, The Baby Decision.
It's never just about baby or no baby. It's who am I? Who are we? What hasn't happened yet that we want to make sure happens before we die?
So how can would-be parents make the right choice for them?
Well, guess what? Merle Bombardieri is here now. So let's hear from her now. Merle, how do you make the baby decisions? What are people tossing up when they come to you?
Well, I guess the typical person is thinking that there are a lot of attractions to parenthood and thinking that they'll miss something if they never have a child. Having a family, seeing what it's like to have a newborn, raise a child to adulthood and so on. At the same time, they are worried about giving up a lot of freedom. They're worried about the quality of their relationship. And they are afraid that they will regret. You know, you can reverse everything else. You can divorce a spouse, you can change a job, you can change a career, but if you're a parent forever. One of the things that makes it difficult for people to make the decision is they tend to have friends of childbearing age who've just had young children, and they're watching their friends not get enough sleep, being interrupted when they sit down to dinner by a screaming baby, and it looks so hard. They get intimidated. And I always tell people in my workshops and in my coaching, nobody would have babies if your child was going to be a baby forever.
It's a very good point. As a parent, a child that would never grow up is a terrifying thought. It's almost like what my wife has to deal with on a daily basis.
Hey, Mel, is there a big difference? I don't know if this is a silly question to ask, but is there a big difference between becoming a mother and becoming a father?
It's not a silly question at all. There's still so much more expectation on mothers to do more than half of the work, to be the one who plans everything, orchestrates everything, gives up more identity, and so on. But I think when women say, I would definitely be a dad, but I don't want to be a mom, or I don't know if I want to be a mom, they're looking at the expectations that mothers be perfect, that their children turn out perfect, that their homes be perfect, even if they have jobs outside the home and so on.
Well, Mel, this is something that I actually think about on a daily basis, not whether or not I'd be a perfect mother, but if I should be a mother, if it's time to be a mother. I think that all of those really huge questions hit a lot of people my age. I'm in my early 30s. Is there a right time to have a baby?
So I have a post on Instagram that I call 38 is great. A lot of people are debating about timing. If a couple has a child at the age of 38, they've had 20 long years, turn adult at 18, 20 years of adulthood, freedom, time to find the right partner, time to develop your career, time to feel more established. And that's a great time to become a parent. And so if you raise a child, let's say for 20 years, at 58, if you're going to live to be 90, you've got decades and decades ahead to have freedom again, plus enjoying children. So I encourage people to think about the timing.
So, Mel, have you ever had anyone come back to you who regretted their choice? Because quite frankly, in that first year, there were times I wanted to stuff them back in.
Yes. So, everyone, all parents are going to regret their choice during postpartum period, when it's your fourth night in a row that you haven't gotten enough sleep and the baby is crying to be fed one more time. Who wouldn't have regret? But people who come to me and work on a decision don't have regrets. They've been very careful with their decision. They feel like they're in control of their lives and they're taking the initiative. So if they run into some problems, they still know they've made the best decision they can. The people who have regrets are the people who have a child in order to please the partner or their parents who knew they didn't want to have a child.
Merle, do you have any specific advice I could give people that maybe have regrets about having kids? Because I'm having lunch with my parents on the weekend, and I've been struggling to find the right words.
Just tell them they don't know how lucky they are.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
She's good. She's good.
Well, that's all we have time for. I have to go burp myself. But thank you very much for chatting to us. We appreciate your insight.
Thank you for having me. I'm really pleased to have you.
Lovely. Merle makes you want to have kids.
I know. I'll get into it after this. No, I know. Anyway, I'll think about it.